it's me, DrewBee. It's Geek Week, and today's the last day. Bit late to the festivities. It's Geek Week, so to celebrate, drinking out of my TARDIS mug. So, and today, on the final Geek Week day, I am talking about comics. I'm a huge comic book fan. Superman, Bane, yeah, MCR and Wonder Years. They're not comics. So. But yeah, I'm talking about a bunch of different kinds of comics that I do like. But then you'll find a big chunk is mainly DC, because I'm a DC fan. I do like Marvel, but I'm mainly DC. And you'll tell which hero is my favourite in a moment. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, here's my here are my books. I've got hundreds of books, but I've just picked out a bunch that I like. So, we're going to start with, this is volume 2. It's The Umbrella Academy by Gerard Way and Gabriel Bach. I'll say that, it's probably not how it's pronounced. The art is great and the story is great. It's a shame it's not continued on after book 2. There was plans for book 3, but Gerard's busy doing other things. Next book that I'm bringing up is, now this a backstory to this. I was in year 11, and my English teacher saw me doing a sack, and he liked my story a lot, and he was like, "You have a very sick sense of humour. I've got a comic book I want you to read," and he handed me this. This isn't. I bought this. He had his own copy, and it is to those of you who don't know, it's Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is by the creator of this went on to do Squee, which is a character in this book, and he also went on to do very well-known Invader Zim, which by now, if you're a geek and you're watching this, you knew that. But this is a great book. It's got so much sickness in it and weirdness that I love, and my art that I drew in high school was very similar to this, and that's what. And I never knew this artist at all before, but it's something that I've gone to love, and it's just fantastic. It's very gothic, I guess you could say, very punk, but it's a fantastic read. It's very funny if you've got a sick sense of humour. The next lot that I'm going to talk about is the DC's New 52. It is reboot. Not really, but it's kind of just like a fresh start that they wanted with the DC universe, and I've been getting into it. Here's a picture of my collection. Yeah, so I'm really into it. I read everything. I've got them right here in front of me. From Batman, Batman Detective Comics, Batgirl, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, Action Comics, Superman Action Comics, Justice League, Supergirl, Green Lantern, and Superboy, the main ones I'm really getting into right now. Green Lantern I haven't read yet, but I heard it's good. But the main books I want to talk about of that series right now are the Batman series. This is just a great one. The costume, if you want to call it that, of Batman is fantastic. The art is just so good, and Scott Snyder, who's written it, has actually done something that's so fresh, and it's great. I suggest you read it. It's a great series. On top of that, Wonder Woman. I bought this, and the guy at the comic book shop kind of did a, "You're actually buying this, you're a man." But it's fantastic. It's gory, and the art is so good. If you can see that cover, that is just, it's great. And my friend Tanya started reading it, and she liked it, and I think it's just great, and it really delves into mythology. The next, I'm going to talk about a bunch of Batman books right now. These are a bunch of Batman books that I really want to get into really quickly. Is The Long Halloween, the definitive Two-Face story. So good. The art I never was a fan of, but after reading the book, you kind of go, this art is really nice. I'm going to read some more of it. I don't need to say much about this. It's probably one of the best Batman stories ever told. Frank Miller. Can't go wrong with him. Well, sometimes you can, if you think he's racist. But the art in this is great. And also, along with the New 52's costume, this is one of the best drawn Batman suits ever I've ever had the happiness to enjoy. But it's a great story, and you can see where Nolan's Batman universe really took from this, and it's a great, well-told story overall, you know. And Gary Oldman is basically just everything from this, and that's well known. If you're a Batman fan, you already knew that. So this story, I never enjoyed the art. I still kind of battle with it, but there's something great about it, and I think it suits the writing so well. And that is Batman Arkham Asylum. And it's just a really good bit, and the Joker is messed up in it, and it's great. Another Frank Miller story, classic, obviously, The Dark Knight Returns. It's really good, and you kind of don't know. I know I'm a bit iffy with Frank Miller these days, but he does so well with so many things, and this is really good. And it's just your typical, if you're a Batman fan, you must read this. You don't have to, but you just want to read this. It's a really good book. The Killing Joke. I always think, I changed it a bit. You can go as dark as you want with the interpretation, but I like to think that the Joker did something really messed up other than just shoot Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, in this story. I like to think he did something worse than you would think. Rhymes with grape. But I just think that's what the Joker would do, because he's messed up and all that, and it's just, you know, it's a great Joker story. Great Batman story overall. I own a lot of Superman books. A lot. For it being the New 52 or it's in some of the other books. But this one stands out to me, and I loved it because the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but the end is the outside the box. It is Mark Miller's Superman Red Sun. What if Superman landed in Russia instead of contemporary America? So it's really good. And Batman has, I'll try to see, I think at the back of the book here, Batman has like a Russian hat on. I think it's great. I think it's great. And it's a really good book. And the, like I said, the end will just, it will, I want to say blow your mind. It's so lame, but now this is the last book I'll be talking about because I'm running quite into the time. But you can't talk about comic books without talking about this. This is one of the books that made the world go, or I feel it made the world go, whoa, comics can be really serious. And don't want to say too much about it because you already know it. If you're a comic book fan, you would have read this and owned it and loved it. I know a few people who didn't love it, and you know, they're dead to me. This gets so deep into things that you wouldn't expect, and you'll know if you've read it. You know what I mean, and it's a great book. It's fantastic, and I can't think of anything else to say because it's a great book, and that's why it's the last book I'm talking about, because it's just obviously the best book in the pile. So thank you for watching this. I'm sorry it went very long, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you've got some good reads ahead of you if you take my opinion. So thank you for watching.